Welcome to the road to the show for Tim Tabernacle, a 5'8 left-handed starter out of the Western region. And we're joining him in progress in his initial showcase game, partly because, actually, no, fully because I'm a noob. Completely my fault there. I thought I was getting all the footage properly, but it turns out I wasn't. So I don't have the player creation footage where I'm cycling through all the options, selecting his hair, selecting his nose, and everything. Didn't get it. Same goes for his pitch selection, and then kind of doling out those 5 green pellets that they give you. So let's talk a bit about that. This 5'8 lefty does have fastball, slider, changeup in that order. So sliders ahead of the changeup right now, which is by design. And then when it came to giving out, those 5 green pellets that they give you, I didn't focus so much on velocity this time. With all my other road to the show guys, none of which are online, so I shouldn't say this time as if any of you know. But with my other road to the show guys, I like to give them some good velocity. I want to have power stuff, blow batters away regularly. Didn't want to do that with Tabernacle. First off, he's 5'8", small, he's undersized, and velocity from the left side just isn't as important. It's important, obviously, and if you're somebody like David Price who can work 95, 96 from the left side, you're going to be devastating. You're going to be an ace. But initially, it's something that, you can live without. So I decided to focus on the control and the break of his pitches. I wanted him to have really good stuff, and the velocity can work up later. Honestly, if you're working in the 90, 92 range, that's kind of the same as 91, 93 from the right side. There isn't a perfect scale, but the simple fact is that when you're talking about scouting and dealing with a pitcher, the left-handers aren't going to have the same burden for velocity. So he got through his first game. It was okay. It wasn't great, but obviously it's a nice game. It accounts for the fact that he's a 55 grade pitcher, and so you're not going to be perfect. I've never done a great job in the showcase with any of my guys, and I've done several guys, several that I'm currently playing, a couple of others that I just did, hoping that they would do well, and then kind of fell off on them. So I've been through this a lot, and I still don't have that kind of superstar who went through and was drafted in the first round. I don't think I have a first rounder at all. In fact, I think Jack Allen, the other guy I'm doing online, and really I'm only showing his defensive exploits. I think I got him in the second. Got him to get drafted in the second round. I think that's the best that for myself. Now I've seen plenty of other guys currently on YouTube who have had their guys go in the first round. So hey, they're better at playing with these 50 mid 50s rated players than I am. I just, for whatever reason, a lot of times my pitchers will just have that one bad inning. Tabernacle, as you will see, does okay. Not special. Has some strikeouts, induces some weak contact, but then lays a few meatballs out there that just get him pounded. I mean, it gives up plenty of extra base hits. Right now, he's in the midst of his second showcase game. There's an extra base hit down the line, and it's just like, oh boy, a couple inches here and there with his pitches. And I thought that the outfielder made a good enough throw to get him out. In fact, you see Tabernacle rush up there. He was about to argue with the ump. He decided better. He decided against it, which was smart. And you see that pitch there, that 92 called on the black as a ball. He needs that called in his favor. He needs to establish himself as somebody who can work those corners to really get those calls. I mean, there's a call on the inside corner. That's going to work. So obviously getting a 3-0 count, you can pretty much get any pitch called there. So then he leaves one hanging right over the middle. It gets laced, base hit, drives in the run. So I don't think he has a scoreless outing within the showcase at all. The East got him a good bit. Who was he facing? Central initially. He was okay against them. He's definitely worse. We pick it up middle of the second here. He's big trouble. He escaped the first inning, I believe, with just a walk, couple of strikeouts. The second and third innings did not go as well. I like seeing that he's working up to 92 because I kind of thought it was going to be more 90, 91. Even that extra tick is helpful. But the slider, that's the pitch right there. And he's got to be able to work it effectively to righties. Now, the problem is you make a mistake and it leaks back over the heart of the plate. But that pitch right there, burying it under the bat of the right-hander, that's going to be his ticket to success. So you see here in that second appearance, 3 hits, 2 runs. That was in the first inning. Then it was a strikeout. So I had it a little bit reversed there in terms of the innings. Second appearance, much worse than the first. I thought, even though the results weren't terribly different, I just thought he pitched a bit worse, particularly because he had at least a few extra points of skill added to him. So game 3 here against the international squad, he's going to need a big effort to really get out of that mid-round projection that he's kind of sitting in right now. And I believe he opens up. We see him 3-1 against this batter here. I think he ends up with a walk, unfortunately, after a couple of foul balls. And then, of course, he's going to have to then work out of a jam. You walk the leadoff guy, and you're thinking, geez, come on, Tab. Come on, Knack. A lot of nickname capability for somebody named Tim Tabernacle. The Knack, with an apostrophe in front of the N. Sounds good. But see, there it is. There it is again. That fastball on the corner is a pitch that he wants to get, and he can't get it there. So he's going to have that first leadoff walk there with the guy who's got an 82 steal. So now you got to be careful of that guy. Gas this fool early, gets the strikeout. You see the end of that at bat there. Fast forwarding a bit. Another good pitch here. So okay, working out of it early, gets the first guy out. Needs another out here to really be working. Boom. Check down with the first base umpire. Yeah, you throw your bat up to yourself. Don't mess with the Knack. Now get that change up. Whew. That was a good pitch right there, I thought, but the guy just got a piece of it. I think that's Fernandez batting. He'll come up again later and do some big damage, if I recall. But here, his fate won't be quite as good. It fouls off a couple here. Really working Tabernacle, and that's what I noticed throughout the showcase. A lot of foul balls on kind of those pitches where they're good enough to kind of get out, but the batter just gets a bit of it, gets another pitch, another chance for Tabernacle to mess up. But as you saw there, the strikeout on the slider. So he gets 2 strikeouts after the walk. Really good chance to get out of this here. Induces a pretty lazy fly ball, and that'll do it. Gets out of that first inning jam. Well done. Now he can go out and have a big second effort. Or third effort, actually. This is the third showcase game. But no, gets the first out, then goes 2-2 on this guy, leaves one up, triple into the gap. Guy never stops. He knew it was triple from the jump because, honestly, you saw that the cutoff guy's getting the ball right there as as he's rounding second, but he went for it with his speed. Then we see again another triple. Now these weren't back-to-back. You saw it kind of skipped forward, but they weren't too far apart either. And I believe that one is Fernandez. I mentioned that he would come back later and do some damage. I want to say one of those was him. So it fell apart after the 2 strikeouts, getting around the walk. He gives up 5 hits, 2 runs, and then we enter the draft. And he's a 4th-round projection. See here who Houston's going to take. And, we're going to learn that it's not him. I'm going to spoil it. It's not him. So we got to speed through some of these picks here. He's going to go a little bit later. Now, I've had guys kind of go to the same teams, same handful of teams. And we're going to speed through here because he doesn't go in the top 10. And I really wanted him to go to some of these teams. The Twins, the Cubs, Mariners, the Jays could have been fun. The Mets could have been fun. I haven't been on any of these teams with a road to the show guy. So even Colorado would have been nice, even though he's a pitcher. San Diego already have a guy. San Francisco already have a guy. This is the group where it starts. I've already seen a lot of guys go. I've seen him go on San Diego. I've seen him go on San Francisco. That's where Jack Allen originally went. And then Anaheim is where Los Angeles is where Jack Allen already is. And yet that's where Tim Tabernacle's going to go. So he's just been drafted. And maybe I shouldn't let it play a factor, but the fact that I already have a road to the show character on Los Angeles means I don't really want to sign. I don't really want Tabernacle to sign with them. And I am his advisor, so I advise him to take a 2-year junior college. So he's going to go back to school, get the 300 training points. We'll come back. I'll let you know where he goes after the secondary showcase. Thank you for watching the Tim Tabernacle Road to the Show.